All right, YouTube, what is up? This is your boy Pope G, and like I said, I was gonna try to do a better setup for you guys since I've been out of the game for so long. So let's try this one more time. Uh, so I'm gonna go through. Like I said before in my last video, if you guys watched it, I have been gone for a long time, and I am now back to show off a whole bunch of comic books. Like I have like tons and tons of dollar bin books I picked up along the way since the last time I've been on, and I've also gotten some stuff off eBay. So I will probably show the eBay stuff later on. Um, what's up, Cerebus? How you doing, brother? I know it's been a while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like go through. I'm gonna probably be on here for a while, mainly just so I can get used to like talking in the chat again and all that stuff. Because I mean, it's been a while. I've been like, I feel like I just been thrown in the deep end of the water. So I'm gonna kick it off with this Spider-Man and Wolverine into the Savage Land issue 3. This is Carrie Andrews. I've been a huge fan of his work, and I just love the way that he draws Spider Man and Wolverine, and so it's a perfect matchup. So there's that found in the dollar bins. I picked this up. This is called The Six Fingers. I have no idea what it's about. But it's a second printing and I've never seen it before. So I figured I'd for like it's in the dollar bins. I figured I'd grab it, rock and roll. Uh, I picked up this Sherlock, a study in pink. This is issue number 1 from Titan Comics. I've been a huge fan of the show, and this actually reminds me. It looks a little anime-ish to me. I'm trying to peg like what anime style it reminds me of. But anyways, I was a big fan of this BBC television show Sherlock. So I saw this cover and was like I said, these are all from the Spankies. So I figured, why the fuck not? I definitely grabbed it. Another one I grabbed is, hold on, I gotta get used to this whole reach over the camera shit. Is this Swords of the Swashbucklers? Now, if you guys know my boy JP, he collects uh, bathtub covers and bubblegum covers, and I'm pretty sure this is my second copy of this. I want to say that I sent him one. I do have a stack that I have set aside for him, along with a real cool grab I got off of eBay. So, JP, if you watch this, you're going to be getting something sent your way pretty soon. I hope you like it. But I saw this and definitely homegirl sitting in a hot tub drinking a beer was definitely right down my alley as well. I'm pretty sure that's my second copy because I'm wanting to say I may have already sent you that. I found this Route 666 issue 1 from CrossGen Comics. I don't have to say anymore. It's dark stuff. There's a devil mask over here. Yeah. Oh, the art in the background. Guessing you're talking about. Hold on, let me raise the camera up a little bit. This is actually the Phantom Star Killer cover A, like the extra big size from Black Caravan. I guess they call this the legendary. Yeah, the legendary edition. There's like a little stamp down here for it, but it's what's really cool is that it's signed in the top right corner. Uh, so yeah, I always thought that's pretty cool. Um, I guess I should have led with that. I guess I should have shown what I was gonna rest my comic books up against. I mean, it's on a stand, but I figured it'd have like pretty cool to have like an extra little background to it. Uh, I found this the radically rearranged Ronin ragdolls. Obviously, this is a takeoff of the Ninja Turtles, so I went ahead and thought that was a cool homage to that. And if you guys have followed me, every time I see this in the dollar bin, I pick it up. It's the Savage Dragon versus the Savage Megaton Man. But this is the first appearance of She Dragon. I guess that's a little iffy because this is the first appearance. Like she's actually in the background as like one of the background characters, but like I guess there's like an official uh, first appearance of She Dragon. But you know how that goes. But every time I see these, I pick them up in the wild. So I found, I guess this time around, I found three of them. So definitely had to grab them, pull them out of the dollar bin, save their lives, whatnot. If you hear loud thumping in the background, that's my kid being a kid in his room. I'll probably have to murder him because it'll probably shake some of my figurines off the wall. But it is what it is. But also another thing is that I think once I do these couple of videos of this is going to be a long ass video, by the way. So like if you have to leave, don't feel bad. But I'm just going to be on here talking and just bullshitting because I just kind of miss the YouTube comic book talk. And also once I'm done going through these books that I got, I'm probably gonna be selling quite a bit of figurines and comic books just so I can make room. And also just to have a little bit of cash, I guess, but mainly is because I need room and because I am definitely cram packed in here and I have to consolidate. But I don't know, but like I said before, I did the milestone that I set out to do for a long time, and that was like every single book I own is now in a mylar. So technically, the books I will be selling in the future will come mylard. But here's a book I've never seen before. It's Battle Zones #1, and this is I guess Malibu and Marvel matchup. But I picked this up because I'm a big fan of Rune, and he was on there, so definitely nabbed it. I'm a big Sandman fan, so this was in the dollar bins. I wasn't going to leave it there. This is the Sandman Overture #1, the extra sized issue. And to be honest, I'm not even sure if I had this cover yet, so it was a win-win situation anyway. For $1, I was going to get possibly a cover I don't have yet, but also it's Sandman Overture #1, so I grabbed it. Here's just a random book I picked up, mainly because I'm a big gunslinger fan, but this is Azure, and I just liked this kind of like Clint Eastwood type character, and it's I guess signed by Catlett and Walker. So this was in a dollar bin, so I was like, why not? Grabbed it. Man, you can hear my kid going buck wild, buck wild in his room. But here's the book that was really awesome. That I couldn't believe I found in a dollar bin, and this is a cloth cover of the, oh God, what is this one? Oh, the Junior High Horrors, Strangest Thingies #1. Uh, so I was definitely happy to see that. It's got some of your Ninja versus Robot stuff in there. Uh, so I thought that was a pretty sweet cover to find. Moving right along. A lot of these particular books that I'm shown were actually at like a peddler's mall, that I guess was just trying to like, I don't know if they had like their particular comic book shop, because you could tell that they have a comic book shop, but they also have this like setup in a peddler's mall. But I'm guessing like these are just books that like they weren't pushing through their comic book store, which I'm amazed, because like this Poison Ivy was in there for $1, and obviously I wasn't gonna leave that bad boy in there. This was a super find in a dollar bin. This is the holographic, or the not holographic, but foil, the Batman Adventures, issue 12. Obviously, it's a reprint, but it was very cool to get that in a dollar bin. The one time I do want light to be hitting it, and I blocked it out. Yeah, there's a lot of awesome Ivy covers out there. This was a really cool find, and this is Mafu's Detective Comics presents Savage Street Vigilante. Because this is another artist that I think is really awesome. I really loved their work and the Magic Socks. Like, I just really like his abstract art, and in fact, it's over there. I'll probably show it in the other video. There's no way I'm going to be able to climb over all this stuff, because I told you, like, I'm literally surrounded by comic books right now. But I'll show you. But I'm pretty sure I showed it off a long time ago. But me and my friend found a album. Like, we went into this record store, and like one of the first things I saw was this cover art, and I was like, that's Jim Mafu's work. And I grabbed it, and my friend went to a comic book convention like a few months ago, and he took that album with me, and he met up with Mafu and got it signed for me. So I thought that was pretty cool. Here's a run of stuff. Here is a Star Wars Return of the Jedi, 1 of 4. And oh yeah, this is the Infinities. So I'm thinking this is a storyline of where it's kind of like a Star Wars what if. But I'm pretty sure this is like a 4-issue of Star Wars where they turn Vader to the good side. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. But anyways, like, I was glad to see that I found all 4 of those bad boys in there. So yeah, very nice. But also, I really liked Star Wars when Dark Horse was in charge of it. I'll probably show these off later. These are actually Kickstarter books that I've been waiting forever to get to me. These weren't in the dollar bins, but these were free comic book day books. And if I know I'm super late on this, but if you know me, you know that I love sharks. And to me, this is like probably the best, the very best free comic book day thing I could get. And I was like, "Do you mind if I nab 3 of these?" And my LCS guy was like, "Yeah." And plus, this was like a couple days after, or I want to say about a week after free comic book day, and he was like, there was still a pretty nice, decent stack of these, and he's like, "Yeah, you could take 3 of them." But also, it was like the Discovery Shark Week limited edition, so definitely super happy to have those bad boys. And this was really, really cool find. I really can't believe I found this in a dollar bin. But this is the Animalistic Water Wars, but it's actually signed. I don't know if you can bear it. He signed it in black, but it's like right in here. There it is. There it is. But it's signed by the dark one. So, and it also came with a COA. Wow, good old September 7th, 1996. I'm even afraid to tell you guys how old I was in 96. But I also found this Marvel Tales of the Marine Corps Semper Fi #1. I basically picked this one up just mainly because I had friends that served with the Marine Corps, and I thought it was just cool that Marvel did a book on it. I don't even know if there's more than this set, but hey, I'd never seen it before either, so I went ahead and nabbed it. I do have a couple covers of this of Madame Mirage. This is Madame Mirage #6. Just a really cool series. If you can usually find these in the dollar bins, and if you do, I'd say pick it up because it's a really cool read, and the artwork is pretty badass. And within these a whole bunch of dollar bin stacks that I have, you'll probably see a couple of these pop up. Not just this particular one, but like just the matchups that I've just never seen before that I thought was cool. Because I've never seen this Painkiller Jane versus the Darkness, which I thought was super cool. And so I definitely had to grab that. Loved the cover art on this. So that was a really cool find. And I haven't like really been reading anything because I just been busy at work and just busy with what life has been throwing at me. But I'm wanting to say like I read a couple of the new Shredders because I love it when Shredder has his solo stuff. And what else did I read? I think I read the first issue to that DC what KO'd or All In. I'm not sure what it's called, but the one where I guess everybody is fighting like a DC like battle royale, I suppose. But I did find this Battle Chasers #3, which is a very cool run. I was happy that they brought it back for a little bit, but I guess it didn't last much longer. But always enjoyed that cover work. Picked up this Spider Girl one shot #1. But I'm wanting to say this is a first appearance of somebody in this, but I'm not I'm not for sure on that, but I just went ahead and grabbed it. Um, I also picked up this uh, Ninja. Pretty sure that's issue number 1. Oh no, number 8. Sorry. Uh, but I just thought this was a really cool. I'm pretty sure I have uh, some more of these issues lying around somewhere. Uh, but I saw that it's work by Jimmy Palmiotti, uh, so I grabbed it. And every once in a while, I still find these bad boys out in the wild. The Bloodshot number 7, which is the first appearance of Riggs' favorite Valiant character to ever exist, and that's Ninjak. Uh, and there he is in all of his wonderfulness. And then I'm usually pretty lucky finding these in the wild too. This is the Tales of the Teen Titans, issue 56. This is the first appearance of Jinx, who is a member of the Fearsome Five, which is kind of funny because like I'm wanting to say that their actual the rest of their first appearances, like Mammoth and what's his name, the little tinkerer down there. I wanted to say that cover of their first appearance almost is like this mimics that cover if I remember correctly. It's been a while. And then I picked this up. It's the Annihilation Conquest prologue. Just beautiful art and this book actually came out during a time like where I kind of quit collecting comics from when I was younger, and I started working like the first big job I had. And then when I joined a band, and our band decided to move down to the coast of North Carolina, just for shits and giggles, I walked into a comic book store just to see what was going on, and that's when I found out that Dark Tower was being made into a comic book. And so I basically just started collecting the Dark Tower books, but I also remember seeing this and was like, "That's beautiful artwork." And I remember grabbing that the Annihilation stuff back then. But I really didn't kick back into collecting until I moved it to Kentucky in like 2008. I found this Marvel Action Classics Spider-Man 2 in 1. Just thought that was a pretty funny picture of Spider-Man lifting Thor's hammer, which is a no, never touch another Thunder God's hammer. Yeah, look at him. It's almost like they'll let anybody just pick up the hammer nowadays. Found this Inferno Hellbound issue 1. That's got Silvestri work in it. I'm a huge fan of his artwork, and so I just thought this was a really cool cover, so I picked it up. And then here is Inferno Hellbound Wizard Edition number 0, which is always cool to have. Let me look on the back now, but I guess it could be inside the book. I don't know, but like usually these wizards come with like a COA with them. I'm not sure if that one, it may or may not have one in it. I don't know. Also found this Wolverine issue 160. Just thought this was a really cool cover. It looked very Archie-esque. And it's really cool to see this is very cool to see like a Wolverine cover that has kind of like a Betty and Veronica vibe from it. Uh, so I thought that was really cool. So like Bada Seawiz, Bad Ace Wiz, is that? It's almost like you almost have the same stuff as the Bad Avenger, like. But Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, man. Uh, thanks, thanks for saying I have good picks. As like Big Elbow always says that, like, if you like what you see here, you got you have good taste. uh, what else? Oh, I found this one of those. God, I forgot what here. I'll just open it up so I can see. Wait, damn, hold up. So you are the Bad Avenger. I thought so. I was like, man, that's the Bad Avenger icon. Nice. Thanks for coming to see me, man. Good to see you. Heck yeah, man. Like, I love watching Bad Avengers stuff, but apparently something happened to your channel. I remember what these damn covers are called. Ah, the Young Guns. You think I remember that? But I want to say I actually have this one graded. I think I have this one graded. But it's just such a beautiful cover, and it was in a dollar bin, so I grabbed it. I still gonna have to call you the Bat Avenger. I mean, Bat Ace Wiz works, but like, I don't know, man. I almost feel like I have to stick with the OG. The OG. All right, back into the dollar bins I go. Here, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and, since I'm already blabbing about this stuff, like, I don't know if you guys have seen these or not, but we have a Dollar Tree that's been like selling these comic books. They're all DC. They haven't had any Marvel or anything like that. But for a while, I wasn't really thinking anything of it because I was like just picking up some of these books that like were just like saying like this is issue number 1, blah 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 blah. But then like I wasn't really paying that much attention. I was like, okay, these may be like variants or whatnot, but like then I saw Batman Under the Red Hood like number 1, and I was like, I know damn well it's not Batman number 1. Uh, so apparently, like, I guess like these Dollar Tree has these DC books, like the Batman the Button number 1. Like it's not like Batman issue whatever it's supposed to be. Like they're just like saying, "Oh, this is Batman the Button number 1." Like this one, the Batman Adventures. They're like, "Oh, it's Joker's Late Night Lunacy." Like it must be Joker Late Night Lunacy number 1. So like I guess in these are just a whole bunch of different variant covers of these. I don't even know if I want to say variant covers. I would just say variants, or like I guess maybe Dollar Tree variants. I don't know, but like for instance, the Batman Scooby Doo mysteries. There's one number 1, another number 1, another number 1. But obviously, these are all like different stories or different issues. But like apparently, all these are like issue number 1s for some reason. But they have a whole bunch of them. Like here we go again. Here's like another Batman Adventures #1, but like that's not Batman Adventures #1. I'm wanting to say I don't remember what number this is or its actual number. But then you have like more of these Batman Scooby Doo mysteries #1. But it's almost as if they I don't know. I just don't know what to say or how to word this. But it's like, why didn't you just like, let's say this was like actually supposed to be the Batman Scooby Doo Mysteries #8. Like, why do they have like, why do they just put #1 on everything? Like oh, here's another the Batman Scooby Doo Mysteries #1. But is that the same story or is this one actually a different story than racing back into action? Which I'm almost wanting to say that this is could possibly be the actual issue #1 of Batman Scooby Doo Mysteries, and like racing back into action is maybe like the third issue. I don't know. I was just saying that, like, you know, as a collector, I didn't know if you guys have ever seen these before, or if you like, and how you feel about them. Although I do like this one, like I just like the fact that DC and Adventure Time is is like on the same cover, like just good stuff, good stuff. But then there's uh, the Batman Dark Knight #1. So I just grabbed that one. I mean, they have all sorts, and you're gonna see. I grabbed quite a few. As you can see, but I don't know if you guys like if you guys are flippers or speculators. Like this one might be something you're interested because apparently, like with the new Supergirl movie coming out, I don't know if this is like if they're like supposedly following this particular book, but if they are following this particular storyline, then you might want to try to hit a Dollar Tree up because they have tons of these, and so I wouldn't know if you'd want like this variation of it or like I'm pretty sure you could probably find like the actual ones in dollar bins. But like I said, they have Robin, son of Batman, uh, Harley Quinn and Power Girl, My Adventures with Superman. Uh, oh, and just so you know, like all these are like they're poly bagged, like so like this is all these are still in a poly bag. Yeah, and then they also had like the Penguin Pain and Prejudice, which is a very cool cover, I think. Well, I think I'm making a little leadway in these dollar bins. I got at least a little bit of leg room on my left side. Uh, I found West of Sundown. Um, just trying to see what issue this is. This may be issue. This is issue 2, but I really like the horror esque like kind of movie poster or VHS cover type thing. Then I found Vampire the Masquerade #1 from Vault Comics. This wasn't in a dollar bin, but actually came with the Captain America figure that I got from like Walmart. It was in my dollar stack, so I guess I just go ahead and show it off. But it's the McFarlane cover, and it actually comes with like a card, which is basically just showing you what the cover of the book looks like. But stick it in with the Mafu. I found this really awesome ass Alpha Beta's issue 1. Uh, Apparently it's a launch variant, but I found this for $1, and obviously it's got a shark on the cover. Very awesome indeed. Found this Gotham City Sirens Unfit for Orbit #1. Yeah, that's what I was like saying. That's what like you said it better than I did. It has like the cool retro. Yeah, that's the words I was looking for. Uh, Also in the Spankies, I found Lovesick issue 2. And I remember somebody showing this off, and ever since they showed it off, I found like I think maybe 4 of them in a dollar bin. And I was like, this is awesome. But obviously, this is homage to DC's Infinite Crisis. Man, DC just has too many crises. I found classic X-Men #13. Some good old Art Adams cover. I think that's maybe my 4th copy of that. But every time I see that, I'll pick it up out of the dollar bin. Obviously, I'm a big Rune fan, so anytime I see that, I'll pick it up. It's always funny because I'll try to find like the Sludge. What is it? Sludge issue 3, which is his first appearance, and sometimes when I'm in like a comic book store or something, people be like, "What are you looking for?" And I'm like, "Sludge #3," and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "Nah, don't worry about it." Saw this real cool cover. It definitely needs to be pressed and cleaned. It's got a little bit of wrinkle and damage down there, but I think I can clean this up pretty good. But I just thought it was a really, really cool cover. I found this Green Arrow #44, where he finds out that his sidekick has HIV. And you'll probably see a few of these in my stacks while I go through. But it's kind of hard to leave these before the Watchmen lying around, especially when you have J.J. Jones and like people like Darwin Cook doing the covers for him. I definitely love the Darwin Cook, and also like Adam Hughes done a few. I think he did the Mr. Manhattan covers, which is really cool. I found this Cloak and Dagger book, and obviously you know why I picked it up. Otherwise, I don't think I really own any Cloak and Dagger. I like Cloak and Dagger, but it's like I never I don't know. I've just never been a super fan of their shit. But like, if they're gonna have to be throwing people overboard to like hungry ass sharks, then I'm all about it. Like, they had just found a new fan in me. Absolutely, absolutely. Yep. Next book. I'm a big Wolverine Dakin fan. So here's Dakin, the Dark Wolverine #23. I'm not even sure if I have this issue, so I'm glad I picked it up. Hopefully, well, it doesn't matter now. I have it either way, but it's a pretty cool cover. Wolverine's looking pretty sad, holding on, holding on to a little Dakin figure. But what I what I do like about this is that like there was a big thing of people getting pissed off because Dakin was flirting with the Human Torch, but he was using his powers to manipulate the Fantastic Four, and I guess he was making the Human Torch like him and hanging up in his closet. He's got the Fantastic Four T-shirt. That's good stuff right there. And like I said, you'll probably see these pop up here and there. Here's the Minutemen number 5 of 6 Darwin Cook cover. I got this Black Canary, the New Wings issue 1. And every time I see this in the dollar bins, I usually pick it up. But I'm going to stop picking them up because, like I said, I'm going to be trying to. I need to consolidate. I need to like sell a lot of my books anyway. But there's this lot of the Dark Knight Venom. Found 5 of 5. Obviously, you know why I picked up this run. 4 or 5. Batman needs his bat shark repellent. Yeah, oh, buddy, Mr. Avenger, I've been like busy. Like I said, like for this video is gonna be long, so like I'm just gonna be like chit chatting and like just shooting the shit. Because number one, it's been a long time since I've been on here. It feels nice to like just talk about stuff that I love and not really have to think about anything else. Just show you like cool ass books, or at least books that I think cool. And if you guys have any kind of like thing to add in on these books, I don't even care. You can be like, bro, that set sucks, and I'll be like, all right, you know. But I mean, people are allowed to be wrong sometimes. But just messing. But no, I mean, like they're like that's what I think's cool about this community is that like, and that's what I've learned. That's why like I've grown a lot watching your videos because like I've learned a lot about stuff uh, about certain characters that I didn't know I'd never known, or certain books. You definitely drilled in like the important newsstands to look for, and the DC logo chasing. You always taught the importance of going slow through the long boxes. Make sure you pull it all the way up, just in case you might have a DC logo at the bottom. Uh, but I have to say, what I'm pretty good at is just finding covers that like I know, but oh no, oh I hope, oh man, that sucks. Oh, it's all good anyway. But I have a whole bunch of these anyway. But I just noticed that like this one has got a big scuff or big tear on the cover. That's horrible. But I mean, all I saw was Michael Turner and the Power Girl. So I was just like, "Yep, going home with me." I was so mesmerized that I didn't even see the big hole. Uh, Surprised to find this in the dollar bins, the Avengers 260. That's the first cover appearance of Nebula, and I'm wanting to say it's her second appearance. I'm a big Samurai Jack fan, so if I see these in the bins, especially the dollar bins, I'd grab them. This is one thing that I probably will finish out though, even though I'm going to be selling some of my books. Like once I get stuff sold and I have room, I am probably going to try to finish out my Samurai Jacks because I'm pretty sure I have almost the whole run of the first run. If anything, I'm probably missing some variant covers, but I do know I need some of the Quantum Jacks. So yeah. Found this Betty Page Unbound, number 4. I just like how she's flirting with death and playing games with death. Like the two things they tell you not to do with death is to play games and flirt. Don't flirt with death. Betty Page will. Yep, definitely have a pretty good run of the X-Men Classic. There's issue 74, issue 66. I really love the Mignola work on it. And here's another one that's hard to keep in the dollar bins, and that's the Battle of the Planets. But every time I see the Battle of the Planets uh, in the dollar bin, I will grab them. Plus, you can't go wrong with Alex Ross covers, which I'm surprised like those things aren't nabbed all the time. All the time. All right, next big stack. Once again, like I said, I found a few of these. Some Mighty Mouse number 5. Actually, I'm wondering if I think that might be my first newsstand. I don't think. I think that other one was. I'll figure it out later. But anyways, that's cool. These that I'm going to show like were at this peddler's mall, but they weren't in the dollar bins. But like obviously, I didn't separate these. But I'm wanting to say I paid like $3 each for these. But there's this new Psylocke number 1s. Picked up 2 of the foil cover, and then I picked up 2 of the art germ covers, and then I picked 2 of the like blank covers. Well, sort of blank covers. It's the pink. But I found this E-Man issue 1. Was super excited to find this in dollar bins. Couldn't believe my eyes. But the Star Wars Visions there, because there's another one that I have somewhere in here in my stacks that I found in a dollar bin. Oh, here it is. Here it is. But there was that issue 1, and then they had this variant edition of the Saki Fuji cover, and I was just like, "Fuck yes!" We got some like Usagi Yojimbo cover art for Star Wars. That's awesome, badass. Totally dig that, man. Totally dig it. You guys know I like horror stuff, so they had this a haunted girl. So I thought that was a cool cover. Found this Holmes and Houdini cover. Found also this How to Steal an Election Before Someone Else Does, issue 1. And they had 2 different covers for that. So I picked those up. And I have multiple. I know there's different. I don't even know what print this is, and I don't care. But I have multiple copies of this, and every time if I ever see this, like even if I see it obviously for more than $1, I'll like check it out. But the Pro, if you guys haven't read the Pro or watched the YouTube short for it, you've got to. There's like a YouTube video, like a short movie of the Pro. But this is so funny. Like it's just a fun laugh. It's a good book to have, and it's Amanda Connor artwork, so it's almost like you have to do it. Like it's a must read. But if you don't feel like hunting it, or if you don't want to find it, at least do yourself a favor and look up the YouTube video or look up the video for the Pro. You won't regret it. You'll have a good laugh. I wouldn't watch it at work. I'll say that much. I found this bad boy in the dollar bin as well. Uncanny X-Men 460. It's when X-23 joins the team. The only thing bad about this one is that there is a little tick right there, but other than that, it's a beautiful book. And I like that she's wearing the saber tooth getup. I pick up these Marvel fanfare books every once in a while. Like I just like seeing like some of the covers just like are just must haves, and this was a must have. So I grabbed it. Like I said, dollar bin, can't go wrong. And that's another thing I'd like to say. Like never like when I go into a peddler's mall, especially peddler's malls, they have always like you'll find gold in a peddler's mall, especially if you find a decently sized one. And there's this one that I particularly at this new job that I got. There was a peddler's mall right by the one by my work, and I went to go check it out. And right before work, and there was one. There's always like that one like place in the peddler's mall that sells comics that like tried to sell books for like way more than what they're worth. Uh, for instance, like don't get me wrong, like some of the books they had price were like the price of the book and like what it was worth, but like to be honest, when you're like at a peddler's mall, like you're trying to like find the dollar bins, like you're trying to find the spankies, like you're trying to find those grails and shit like in the dollar bins, like. But this one guy just had like, I mean, he probably had just as many boxes of books that I have in this room in there, and like he had every single one of them. Like, because I started seeing like really cool books, like older books. I was like, damn. I was like I wonder if all these are dollar. And then like come to find out, like some of them had like $20 like labels on them and stuff. And I was like, but they were all like some of these books were beat up for just being in like, it's almost like they were just like, they're tossed and shoved in these boxes. Like they were just like, oh, we'll just throw them in here and like hope people will buy them. But like, even if you did find a book that was worth that price, like the condition of that book wouldn't be worth that price because of like, of how they had it stored in this, like just thrown in these boxes, and like it's like no. But then you find those like, man, I'm jibber jabbering, but here's Gun Hunting #4. Can't go wrong with all those covers. Like Gun Hunting usually has some like pretty killer chick covers on them. But anyways, like you'll find gold like this, like some of these places, like they'll have like I don't know, like the only way I could explain it is like they're just trying to get rid of stock, and then they just like pop open a peddler's mall and like just dump all these books, and like you're paying for $1 for like this awesome Harley Quinn cover. I think I really love that cover. And then I got this just because of the 30th anniversary. And I just like the fact that she's stopping the Flash just so her little hyenas can pass. I found this, and this is going back to me being a huge Dark Tower fan. I've never seen a Marvel's best-selling authors. I have no idea where this came from. It says it's not for resale, which kind of almost tells me that this is for like a special event or like maybe a free comic book day or like. But usually when you see a not for resale means it came with a figure, which sparks my interest even more. So I'm wondering if there's like some like Jay Lee Dark Tower action figure Marvel has that I don't know about. But I've never seen this before. Found it in the dollar bin, so I picked it up. Like I said, if I see the Samurai Jack, gonna pick it up. And here's the thing, I got really lucky on, and I was like, I thought this was really a really cool find. But I found Zero Girl by Sam Keith, and here, let me move this first. But they had all the issues there, and they were in excellent condition. They weren't even bagged and boarded. They were just in there in a box in the dollar bin box. But that it looked as though like they've been protected their entire life. And I saved them and put them in Mylar. Or at least that's how I feel. That's issue 4. Here's issue 3. But you can't go wrong with some Sam Keith. I like his acid psychedelic way of like drawing and interpreting stories. I'll just let that sit there for a second while I grab some more books. So yeah, like I'm on like Christmas break right now from work, which I need. I got 2 weeks, which is good because like these first couple of days, I just need to recharge. Like I just I just need a recharge, and like messing in my comic book room will help me recharge because like even though like I'm working in here, like even like obviously doing a video takes work. I mean not like super hard work, but definitely straightening up and going through all your shit takes work. But it's a joy work. Like I like going through my comic books, even though I'm going to be parting with a lot of them. I'm not sad or anything, but it's a lot of work, but it's fun work. If that makes sense. It's relaxing work to me. But I thought this was a really cool find because obviously I'm a horror fan. So there's a Night Terrors Wonder Woman Jay Lee cover. Uh, then I grabbed this Green Lantern, basically because my boy Sinestro, which is ironic that the man who controls fear is having nightmares. So would that technically make him stronger, or would it make him weaker? Which I think is kind of weird that he would even like be worried about night terror, since he basically made Parallax his bitch, and like Parallax is the entity of fear. But I regress. Here is Rune. Uh, I guess Infinity. This is the crossover where I think Rune is trying to get the Infinity Gems, or at least the Soul Gem, and he has to battle like Adam Warlock and such. Uh, I've been looking for this book. I just didn't want to like pay the price for it, but this is the first appearance of Sandman's daughter. So I found that in the dollar bin in minty condition, so I was happy with that. Continuing on with the X-Men classics, there's issue number 40. I know there's something about this cover, like that dark green and the phoenix. That's just does it for me. I'm a big Typo Negative fan too, so like for some reason, like I don't say for some reason because Typo Negative, all their shit is like black and green. Uh, and I'm a big Typo fan, so like this kind of resonates with me on a level. Here is Classic X-Men 51. 53. 57. I laugh every time to see like the the fairy tale Wolverine. Oh my god, horrible. Looks like a dumbass troll. Here's 58. Probably one of the classic, even so this is X-Men classic. It's where Wolverine is taking out the brood. Then I got the classic X-Men number 4. Now this was an awesome find. Now granted, like I've accumulated all this stuff with like probably about a year. It's probably been a year, I think, since I last been on YouTube. So it's been like at least a year or over a year. So it's not like I went to like a $1 bin place and like I just found all these books at once. No, these are all books that have accumulated probably for about over a year. Uh, but this was really cool. I couldn't believe this was in a dollar bin. Like I'm pretty sure this is probably like a $20 to $30 book, if I'm correct. But anyways, like one of our first interviews when me and JP did stuff was with Sora Sung, and like that cat, she's just fucking phenomenal. Like much love to Sora. Like I think she's doing like really huge stuff with like Coffin Comics. I know she's done some like Lady Death covers, and like she's really killing it. I think she's been doing a whatnot broadcast, but like with me working and stuff, I just never had a chance to like see it or anything like that. I found this Dark Stalkers issue 2. Don't even know why I picked that up, but Fem 5. Avert your eyes if you want to, but I found this one. This was a one of the like covers in black. That's the Gun Honey issue 3. Found Hailstorm, The Prince of Lies, issue 1. They had a few of these, so I grabbed 2. So I think I have probably like maybe 4 copies of this. But I'm actually surprised, like this particular book, like or not that book, but that particular character. I know they've done some more stuff with him, but like I felt as though like he could have been bigger. Like they could have went. I think especially this year round where like they did a lot of stuff with like the like the Sons of Vengeance and stuff, and like with the Ghost Rider, and especially with the Damnation excuse me, with series with like Doctor Strange and Mephisto. Like I felt like Hellstorm would have been like a big person that could have like made a big comeback somehow. But I think that's just how it goes sometimes. Like some of these like companies, like just it's almost as though like they don't know what to do with these good characters, so they just like let them slip away. Uh, but there's a lot of them. Like I was super happy that Marvel started doing what is it, the Dark Hawk, but they just kind of like let that series just kind of like flop. But anyways, picked up this Welcome to Show side. I think it's like a variant cover. Uh, just thought this is a really cool cover. Sierra, the Royal Stars, issue 6. I have Midlife number 1, or How to Hero at 50. Good seeing you too, Bat. Thanks for hopping in. Like I said, there's no no offense if you gotta go, got to go because like I said, like I'm gonna be going through a lot of these mainly because I just want to chill and I need to start making room. So yeah, like also found another Lovesick issue 1. I really like this cover. Then I found a Vampirella J Lee cover in the dollar bennies. The Vampirella Holiday 2024 special. Definitely, even though this one's a little bit, it's got some nicks in the spine. I really dig this Freak Out number 1. Hold on, I gotta fix for some reason my battery wasn't charging, so I may be doing this. Ah, I see why. That's better. Sorry about that, guys. My charger, I guess, fell off the wall. Had to fix them shits. Sleepwalker issue 1 in a dollar bin. Found this Aspen Seasons Spring 2005. Oh shit. Man down. I'm a huge Michael Turner fan, so definitely was happy to see that. Just trying to see if I can get a better shot of that. For some reason, it didn't look like I wanted to focus all the way. I picked up this DC sampler. I've never seen this before, but this is issue 3? Trying to find it on here. Oh, it's book 4. Book 4, Blaze of Glory. Just really liked that cover, so I got it. Picked up this Nighthawk issue 1 of 3. I'm definitely a sucker for homages, especially if the homage something that I dig, like Prince's Purple Rain. So anytime I see the Batman and Robin number 6, I will nab it. I found a Balance Little Kittens Perfect Weapons issue number 2. Then I found Love Bunny and Mr. Hell, which I actually read that one, and it's pretty hilarious. I also picked up Destiny Gate number 1. Picked up this Nightmares and Fairy Tales issue 1. I just like the cover of that. I'm gonna have to look at this because I can't remember what they called this book. Because this is like one of those sampler books. Oh yeah, this is the Artist's Elite. But obviously, in this Artist's Elite, you can see Source Sung's Carnal Confessions there, along with like these other comic books. And in this book, they basically just have like previews of like each of the comic books that are in it. And like I said, whoever like showed this off, and there's no telling who it is by now, but like they were showing off the Mighty Mouse books. I was been lucky and been finding the Mighty Mouse books. I'm a fan of the Reverse Flash, so I picked up this Flash issue 47. I tell you what, I've been super behind on watching The Flash because I don't know, like when it first came out, I didn't know how I felt about it, but then I started watching it again, and then I really started to get into it, and then like I really liked their Reverse Flash and how they portrayed them. But then like I started to get lost when they started to do all their crossovers, and like I was just like, so I had to stop watching The Flash, and I had to watch like Green Arrow to catch up, and then I had to start watching like some other DC show to catch up, and then by the time I know it, I'm just trying to watch the Flash seasons, and like I'm just lost about what's going on because I didn't like watch the last issue, the last like Supergirl episode or whatever, and it's just like, I was like, man, you guys are just as bad as comic books back in the '90s. Like, you couldn't just have like an X-Men story just stay in the X-Men book. It had a crossover into X Factor, Excalibur, and even the Avengers. So even though you were just trying to collect X-Men, you were accidentally collecting X Factor, X Force, Excalibur, and the Avengers as well. You just didn't know it. But here's a Stormbreakers X-23 cover. I don't even know if that's for like an X-Men book, an X-23 book. I just knew that was an X-23 cover, and I nabbed it. That's the same with this Stormbreaker. I just picked it up because I love the artwork. I love the Spider-Man Dracula-esque thing. And I found another issue of this because I do know I have one already of this, but this is Superman the Man of Steel issue 30. And I've never seen it before. I want to say maybe it was Bad Avenger, because more than likely it was Bad Avenger I saw this on. But this particular one like has like these little like they're like vinyl. They're not stickers, but you can like put like it's polybagged, but you can like kind of make your own scenario of the fight on the cover, which is pretty badass. I think that's a pretty cool. Uh, this was a big hit for me because I'm a big Del Rey fan, and also Mariah does a really cool covers, and so this is the Creeping Below issue 1. I'm a huge It fan or Pennywise fan. So anytime I see like an homage to Pennywise, I jump on it. But this is something epic, and it says you'll disappear too. Very nice, very nice. Picked up this Archie Forever Sabrina to Teenage Witch. The Something Wicked finale. Can't go wrong with Sabrina, especially the Netflix version Sabrina. Like that's how Sabrina should have been. It's very good stuff. Picked up the Nightfall feature featuring the Cemeterians issue 1. Very cool cover. I found this Whatnot Quested #1. Very cool. And then I thought this was really interesting. The Avengers Academy Giant Size issue 1, which I'm pretty sure is the first appearance of those kids. And then then I just picked up this just because it's got mad. It was a free comic book day, but I'll pay $1 for it. Fuck it. Wow, I made a pretty big dent. A pretty big, decent dent. I think I'll do maybe one more stack, and I might save some of these issues for another time. But here is Destiny's Gate #1. I know I showed one variant cover, but this is, I think, the original cover. Got Welcome to Lovecraft, Lock and Key. This is the 15th anniversary edition. Here is the Superior Octopus issue 1. I don't know why I love this cover, but it's the Guardians of the Galaxy #1. I just love like how Groot looks like this cartoonish madman. Like I don't know why it's so funny to me. Well, there it is. Not even really a big Fantastic Four fan, but I thought this Stormbreaker cover was pretty good. I think that's the coolest Mr. Fantastic has ever looked. So, kudos to that guy for making at least Mr. Fantastic look like a badass. Had to pick this up. Too great of a cover. Star Trek Halloween cover B issue 2. Can't go wrong with your #2 turning into a werewolf, right? Didn't know this existed. I was happy to find these at the Creeper #1. Look at that artwork. That is absolutely beautiful. So good. So good. But that's 1 of 6 and 4 of 6. I'm wanting to say that I have more of this in like somewhere in these stacks. I'm not for sure, but yeah. So hopefully I do. But here's Guardians of Nowhere variant edition. This thought was really cool. Like I said, these are all from the Spankies. So no problem. Here's the giant size annual Fantastic Four number 20. Uh, just picked it up because of the him having little Franklin and it's Doom. And, you know, especially what they say now, you can't go wrong with Doom. Especially with all the hype around Doom. Damn, I'm dropping all the books. I'm gonna get fired. I'm not even gonna try to get that one right now. What I will do is move these and make room so I can show other stuff. Well, I'm gonna have to open this one anyway. I do not know. I just bought it because the cover looks awesome. This was definitely a cover buy, but we shall see. Oh no, I've read this. I just never seen this cover before. This is Grimm issue 6. This is just a virgin cover of Grimm. Put it back in the bag. Yeah, that one's gonna need a press, but it's gonna be easily it's just a little bit of a mess up in the corner, but it was $1. I have a press. I know how to press comics, so no loss. Got this Uncanny X-Men Fear Itself, issue 543. This is the first appearance of where Colossus becomes Juggernaut. He usually, what is it called, that ruby that he has that makes him the Juggernaut. Well, the Colossus takes it. Picked up this Batman 0 Year Final Act, Batman issue 30 for $1. What I like about these 0 Year covers of Batman, it's almost like you have like these are made to have a sketch, or definitely made for a badass Capullo signature, because Capullo has one of the best beautiful signatures out there. Picked up the Hillbilly Red-Eyed Witchery from Beyond 3 or 4. Can't go wrong with it. It was $1, so I grabbed it. Why did I do that? Damn it. There we go. Picked up this Death Dealer, issue 10. Like I said, it was $1. There ain't no way I was going to leave it there. I'm a huge Akuma fan. No surprise there. If I have to have a Street Fighter character, it's going to be Akuma. And I love this series of Street Fighter Akuma versus Hell. Very cool. If you haven't read it, you should read it. Really awesome. And then I think this will be my last book for the night. Then I'll probably do another video in a couple days. Who knows? But I will be doing more. But I found this Pep issue 390. And it's just some good old Archie goodness. So, picked it up. Well, I just want to thank you guys for watching. This is definitely like, I don't want to say dipping my toes in the water. I think I just kind of tripped on something on the side and fell in. Because the first video, like, I was definitely struggling and had to do like a total reset. Man, but it's been fun. And I'll probably be on here in a couple of days to do another video. I think I'll just keep this setup because, I mean, it's just easy. I don't have to really change anything. It looked like looked like you could see the covers pretty well. And you guys have a good night, good day, good collecting. You guys are fucking awesome, and I hope to see you on the flip side. Take it easy. Bye.